Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to answer the question, what should first time buyers be doing today? So this is advice if I was going back to my younger self and advising myself as to what's the best things I should be doing in terms of buying a property. These would be my key points. So the first one, which might sound a bit odd, is to get a credit card. So if you are going in to look at buying a property and you've never had a credit card, the banks don't have any frame of reference typically of your borrowing behaviour. So therefore it is likely that a bank or mortgage broker is going to tell you to go away, get a credit card, use it for normally 6 months maybe, and create a track record as far as borrowing is concerned, and then come back and look at the mortgage process again. So if you haven't had a credit card, it is actually a good healthy thing to do. The obvious thing to do is to put your fuel and everyday expenses on it and then pay it off every month in full. And obviously if you do get a credit card, make sure you don't use it for things that you wouldn't otherwise be buying, in order that you can make sure you pay it off each month. What you don't want to do, and the worst thing you could do, is get that credit card and not service the debt, because it would be completely counterproductive. So obviously use it for everyday expenses that you would otherwise use your debit card for, but purely on the basis of creating a credit footprint, as they would call it. So that's point one. Point two would be to speak to a mortgage broker, which I would say would go hand in hand with getting a credit card. Really, until you've spoken to a mortgage broker, you're not going to know how much you can borrow, how feasible the whole opportunity of buying a property is going to be. The benefits of going to a mortgage broker is this is what they live and breathe and do every day. So if you were to go to the banks, you're going to have to go to each individual bank and check their criteria and see how their framework suits you and fits with you, and whether they will want you as a customer. A mortgage broker can do this almost instantaneously because they do this all day every day. So you may have overtime or you may have bonuses. They will know that 5 of the 10 lenders won't look at you, and you wouldn't know that if you were going to go direct. Now, although in the modern world you can do this online, I still think it's not quite as efficient as going to a mortgage broker. I've never spoken to a bank in my life when it comes to mortgages. I've always had a mortgage broker deal with everything for me, and invariably I don't even know the lender until the paperwork comes through, because I trust them to get the best deal that they can. Most mortgage brokers will be whole market as they're called, so that means that they can use 95+% of the mortgage lenders, so there's no chance that they're going to miss an opportunity. I mean, invariably they will tell you if there's a particularly good rate and it's that you can only go there directly, because that's good advice to provide you. So they will protect you on that side as well. So next point is start a savings ISA. So this could be a normal savings account. It doesn't necessarily need to be an ISA. There is help to buy ISAs that are government led, where the government will give you X amount depending on how much you put in. That's something worth looking at and seeing what the latest deals are there. But obviously the alternative is just a standard savings account, on the basis of just getting into good habits. If you're going to be buying a property, you're going to need to be committing to X amount on a mortgage a month. So X amount in savings is only good practice, and it's going to obviously help with a deposit. And the more deposit you can put down, the better the interest rate you can get, which lowers the mortgage amount per month. So the more you put in, the better. So it's good practice all round to be saving and to be adding to your deposit, and adding to the security as far as the bank's concerned. So saving, it sounds like an obvious thing, but it's one to be adding to the list. And then the last one I had was think about how you're going to afford the new home. So this was a thought of, it may make more sense to save some more money in order that you can buy a 2-bedroom property rather than a 1-bedroom property, because then you can rent the spare room out to a lodger if you need some additional income. And it might be it's a temporary thing. It might be something that's there just as a backup if you need it, or it might be something where you've got a friend and actually it's quite enjoyable when you move into your first home to have some company there and have a friend enjoy the journey with you, and meanwhile they're helping you with your bills and your mortgage. So a 2-bedroom I think is always preferential to a 1-bedroom if you can stretch. Obviously, if the budget only allows a 1-bedroom, then I still think it's better to be on the property market than not, and get early into that discipline. As soon as you start that process, you're creating a footprint with the banks, and you're creating hopefully equity, which means then your next move is easier because you've been invested in the property market. So you're paying for a mortgage, and the mortgage in theory, if its repayment is going down, whilst the price of the property hopefully is going up. So it just is that much quicker to get ahead versus renting, which is sadly always dead money, and it's not going to go anywhere. So that's my key tips for first-time buyers and what I would do if I was a first-time buyer today. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Please do like, share and subscribe, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks very much for watching. Bye bye.